Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is Dungeons and Dragons issue 62. We get 2 more maps with this issue. No idea what the scale is going to be like. I doubt very much, because of the size of them, excuse me, I doubt very much that they're going to be a 1 inch to 5 feet scale. But we'll have a look. Come and join me on the desk. Hey lovelies. Right, here we go. Issue 62, Dungeons and Dragons Adventurer. We got 2 maps. Got that there. Let's have a quick look at the first one. Yeah, so like I said in the last video, we get a map of the ritual site. And what else do we get? So I'm assuming this one will be as part of this week's adventure. Now, issue 62. Managing monsters, parleying with monsters. Not every monster bites first and ask questions later. Many will chat, especially if there's something in it for them. Communicating with beasts. Even some monsters of bestial intelligence would rather avoid a fight if possible. An aggressive grizzly bear is usually just trying to protect her cubs. She'd rather eat salmon than armoured adventurers. After all, beasts and even some monstrosities, oozes, plants, fiends and other creature types with an intelligence score of 3 or lower can typically be pacified by a simple gift of food. If they have a more animal need than just food, they may have to make a successful ability check to intuit. Sorry, you may have to make a successful ability check to intuit what it needs. And then it says type of monster. So aberration, and then suggested research skills. So aberration, arcana. Beast, animal handling, nature or survival. Celestial, arcana or religion. Construct, arcana. Dragon, arcana, history or nature. Elemental, arcana or nature. Fae, arcana or nature. Fiend, arcana or religion. Giant, history. Humanoid, history. Monstrosity, nature or survival. Ooze, arcana or survival. Plant, nature or survival. And undead is arcana or religion. So, meeting monsters' desires. So, they've got D4 rolling charts for each of these. So, for aberrations, you've got either brain or other organ or rare creature. Flattery and fawning attentiveness. Secrets or lore it doesn't already know. Accepting a strange or organic gift onto your body. Or organic graft, I should say. Celestials. A tale of a heroic figure, an oath to do 3 charitable deeds before dawn, the crown of a defeated tyrant, a holy relic or treasured family heirloom. So yeah, humanoids, promising to find a lost item of great importance to their culture, challenging them to a type of friendly contest such as dancing, singing or drinking, recovering something they've lost, information on the foe's secrets or weaknesses. So villains, methods and motivations. No 2 villains are exactly alike. Use the schemes, methods and weaknesses tables to create distinctive, believable baddies. And again, we've got D4 rolling charts here. So it's a D8 rolling chart, so there's 8 sections, but once you've rolled your D8, you then roll a D4 to determine what within that particular section you're going to use. So, for example, if you rolled a 6 on a D8, you would then roll a D4, and depending on what you got, you would get conquer a region or incite a rebellion, seize control of an army, become the power behind the throne, gain the favour of a ruler. So, cool. Oh. Why is it every issue in this month's delivery is a bit knackered on the hole punch side? owlbears. Okay, right. So that's a bit better. So we have some D4 rolling charts. We've done that. Villains. And then we have a D20 methods. Another D20. Oh no, it's the same. Okay, so again, you've got sections on the D20. Depending on what you roll, you might have to roll another die. So, for example, if you roll a D20 and get 1, you then roll another D4. But if you get 18, you roll a D6. And obviously, you've got 6 options there in that particular section. And then you've got a D8 rolling chart on villains' weaknesses here. Right, sieges. Maintain the unrelenting tension of a siege by focusing on motivation, timescale, atmosphere, and defensive equipment. The enemy is at the gates, the heroes are surrounded, a countless nigh endless horde, a legion of foes surges up against the walls. What was the attitude of the 82nd, was it the 82nd Airborne? 101st Airborne? I can't remember. Or let's just say the American Airborne Forces that were surrounded at Bastogne. When they turned around and said that, somebody said that the enemy has them surrounded, the poor bastards, meaning the enemy. So yeah, they've got us surrounded. Oh, the poor bastards. And then obviously you have the general's or colonel's response to a request to surrender by the German forces, and he basically turned around and sent a reply of nuts. Cannon, large object, suspended cauldron, mangonel, ram, siege tower, and trebuchet. So these are your siege equipment and what they can do, hit points, and the damage that they can do. Okay. And then we're into personal histories, part 8. Supplemental tables allow you to flesh out key figures in your character's life. So what have we got? Alignment, cause of death, class, occupation, species, relationship, and status. Cool. So yeah, you know, just adding in background figures into your character's backstory. Then we have lore, golems. These pitiless constructs are built to serve, whether they're made of flesh, clay, stone, or iron. Golems in combat. Regardless of their material, all golems are powerful creatures. As constructs, they are immune to being charmed. Types of golems. So you're just going into the various different types of golem that you can get. And then talking about making perfect bodyguards. And then origins and inspirations. Owlbears. Love owlbears. I have a couple of owlbear miniatures that I need to paint. I'm waiting to find a suitable colour scheme for inspiration though. Owlbear. Part owl, part bear, all predator. Adventurers often encounter creatures of unusual combination. The owlbear is certainly one of the more bizarre, combining the most dangerous aspects of bears and giant owls. Owlbears have the body of a massive bear with the head of an owl sized to match. While they do not have wings or fly, many owlbears have plumage integrated into their pelts, particularly around the head and along the back of their arms. They also possess the hunting prowess of both bears, which are particularly keen sense of smell, and owls with an equally keen sense of sight. Like owls, owlbears also boast dark vision and will typically leave their lairs around dusk to hunt during the hours of evening and night. As monstrosities, owlbears are neither ordinary nor natural, and certainly not benign. However, their true origin remains a mystery. Who first created them and for what purpose? Was it the sheer whimsy of the experiment, or perhaps, like the mixing together of potions, the owlbear was an unexpected result that was then released or escaped into the world? So, owlbear habitats, tame owlbears. Okay, fewer foolhardy enough to try to tame an owlbear. Fewer still are those who try it and live to tell the tale. Much as zoos have lion taming acts and eccentric oligarchs or celebrities in the real world keep tigers and other exotic pets, an owlbear could be tamed, but not very well. It's already more than a mere beast with uncanny ferocity and will. At best, you may see one unleashed in gladiatorial combat. And a Tarrasque. I'm sure we've fought a Tarrasque. But with our DM throwing so many different creatures into the mix on a weekly basis, it's hard to remember. Pray this legendary creature doesn't awaken from its prolonged slumber. Mages beware. Scroll of Tarrasque summoning. It's a big beastie. Influences. Right. Our encounter for this issue. Iron reinforcements. The encounter background. The characters have returned to Gauntlgrim and aided the dwarves with several tasks, including helping Torbera in a magical ritual that keeps the dwarven dead from rising as enemies. Tick, the Oathkeeper, reinstated leader of the Thunderspit Orcs, has parted ways with them, vowing to return with her people as reinforcements. Mercifully, the ritual beseeching Moradin for aid in the previous encounter refreshed the weary characters. Nevertheless, much still needs to be done to turn the tides of the siege and save the city from its grim fate. Right, beginning the encounter, into the war room. Getting on the king's good side. That's going to be something you're going to need to do. Travelling to the Great Forge. The Great Forge. Forge hazards. You've got a D6 rolling chart there. And then we have our map. So 1 square equals 20 feet. So that's going to be a big old space to explore. Forge hazards, debris, leaking crucible, overheated passage, steam vents. And then the iron golems. 10 iron golems stand guard over the Great Forge. Arcane sabotage has severely slowed and weakened the golems. They have the following drawbacks that reduces their challenge rating to 2. Their movement speed is reduced to 5 feet. They wander aimlessly each turn. They can't use their multi-attack or poison breath actions. Their weapon attacks have disadvantage and deal minimum damage on a hit. Fair enough? So you can repair your golem. And then you've got restrained golems, drawing a golem's attention, friendly fire, fail safe, and ending the encounter. Again, we have Battle Hammer Warrior. So we had these last issue. And then we have our Iron Golem stat blocks. So in the Dungeons and Lasers range, in one of their character box sets, you get an Iron Golem, which looks like this. And I think it's a really nice golem. I would like to see, whilst they've done these generic character sets, I would like to see them do more with specific forces. So let's release a box of kobolds, let's release a box of golems, let's release a box of oozes, that sort of thing. But there you go. Then we have Bop, our barbarian mercenary veteran Tortle, and Rurak, our wizard Aarakocra faction agent. there you go. Right, that was that. Let's have a look at the maps. So, like I said, we get another map. I said last week that we were going to get the ritual site, which we did. Just because that seemed to be the way that they were heading. 1 square equals 5 feet. And then this one, so 1 square equals 20 feet. So that's a lot that you're going to need to cover. And, you know, that would be a really huge terrain map if you were to try and 3D it. This would be something that you could do with 3D tiles to great effect, I think. But yeah, there you go. There's the 2 maps. And then that was issue 62. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll join me in the next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.